Today, I come to share an experience that happened in the past. It's happening in the present. It's coming from the east, from the west, and I'm sure it has happened with you, and you, but with different people in different places and different locations. And I want to share with you the form this experience have shown itself to me. But it all starts in the 1960s with a gorgeously strong lady. That is my mother. When she was 13 years old, she was this active and energetic girl, and she found her love for sports. But unfortunately, she grew up in a community like many other communities in the past do not allow women to play sports. So for my mother to go and share that passion with her parents, the answer was, what do you want people to say about us? Do you want to bring shame to our family? For my mom, she did not understand why it was a shame, and she wanted to continue with her passion. So she did that. But for every game she had to go to, she had to make up an excuse. For every practice, every meeting, until she built a tower of excuses. She made it professionally with handball, shot put, and volleyball, but it all had to be done undercover and hush-hush. Hearing about her stories and growing up around my mother in Canada, I can see that scar in her. But listening about her passion and sports, and owing to my athletic genes, I also developed an interest in sports in my early teens. So I wanted to do something, and I go ahead and I joined my cross-country team in my high school. But that was also around the time when I chose to put on my hijab. That is my Islamic hat cover. For me, that was my choice. It was identity. It meant integrity and honesty for me. But, oh boy, little did I know how much trouble it was going to put me in. Our high school practices took place outside, and my high school name was Sir Johnny McDonald. So we had McDonald on our shirt. So every time we had a practice outside, people would just shout at us and say, "Run for a free burger." And we all had our comments from strangers, but out of the whole team, I would get the most comments. Some of them were encouraging, like, "Keep going, you're doing great." And some of them were confused, like, "Aren't you hot in there?" And some of them were plain racist, like, "Girls like you shouldn't be outside and go back home." And I could not understand why I was getting all of these comments. I was suffocating, not because of the scarf on my head, but because of all the comments I was hearing all the time. Regardless of all of these comments, from my experience, I realized how important it was for me to live a healthy lifestyle and continue with health and physical education and fitness. So that's what I did in my university journey. Throughout that journey, I was still running on campus until one day my professor calls me into the office and says, "Nura, we see you doing all of these activities around campus, but we really do not understand much about Muslim women in sports." That was it. At that moment, I understood the crux of the problem. It was lack of awareness. I saw that's it. There's a chance for me to better connect and better communicate. And you see, media has done its damages. Its influences is everywhere. It tells us what to do, what to think, how to think. And for female athletes to be represented in media, they have their struggles. For Muslim females to be represented in media, for the most part, they're always under the wrong light. For Muslim female athletes to be represented in media, they have to fight for their voices to be heard and amplified. So I ended up writing a paper with Nancy Francis at Brock University. And from that paper, I was able to see that there's a community over here that is scared to ask. And there's a community over here, they're being victims of stereotypes. And I said, I refuse to be a victim of anything. So I wanted to step in and say, hey, it's not as hard as it seems. There's something that we can do, and I wanted to build bridges and connect people together. So I was thinking about ideas and what can I do? So I ran to my professor, amazing professor, Peter Weitgen from Brock University too, and he gave me the best advice ever and connects me to the education board. And from there, my paper was being presented in conferences. It was being taken out for physical education teachers to use, and the paper was doing something and it was helping people. And from there, I was volunteering in my community, spreading the message of health and helping youth. And I was able to see that my dreams are unfolding, and I was able to see there was some sort of change, but it was never roses and sunshine. I had my struggles. I got to work later as a physical education teacher, and comments from parents like, I do not want my children to play physical education, it's just playtime, or I do not want my girl to play this game because it's only for boys. And comments like that just wanted me to shake the world and tell everyone, your health comes first. Yes, we do play in PE, but we play with purpose, and we learn through movement. So I wanted to go more and spread the message of health. Life throws a challenge on my face, and I say, challenge accepted. That challenge was moving to a different part of the world, and that is the Middle East. I said, all right, bring it on. What can I do? Where can I take the message of health? What else is there for me? And so I pack my luggage and I pack my message of health inside, and I pick it up and I move. I thought, okay, I'm moving to a place where I should fit in. I was wrong. My first week meeting colleagues from the same profession was not really what I expected. My table turning moment was when a colleague came to my face and said, an Arab should never be a PE teacher because Arabs are lazy. I was like, what? Excuse me? And the comments didn't stop there. So I just dove into myself and I said, you're being told all of these names. You're being judged. You're lazy. You're unfit. It's your first week here and they don't even know you or have seen your work. All right, girl. You're not here to fight. You're not here to retaliate. You're here to spread the message of health. Focus. So that's what I did. I started seeking for ideas and ways, how can I spread that message of health? I'm working as a physical education teacher, but what else can I do? I started writing articles, they started getting published. I was volunteering in my community with every chance I was able to take. I'm still working as a physical education teacher and trying to spread the message of health, trying to connect and communicate until life puts in my way an amazing person, that's Saif Ali, most inspirational person ever. He allows me to hijack his show with my healthy tips, and now I have a message on health, fitness, and nutrition, every day on the radio. And as a result of all of that, I was classified as a game changer and a change maker in the GCC in the fitness and health field. Life didn't stop there. That wasn't enough for me. I wanted to go for more. I want to spread the message more. What else can I do? So, still connecting, communicating with people until I hear about this event where someone big in the sports field is going to be there. And I say, all right, girl, that's your chance. Go and learn. And that's what I do. And I get a chance to talk to that person. He's a known presenter on a known sports channel. And I was like, all right, that's your chance. Let's go, let's learn. So I meet him and I ask, what do you think of female athlete representation in media? And he said, well, it's unfair. They don't get much representation in media, but it's all explained. Their nervous system connection to their muscle is different than that of men, so that explains it all. And I was like, what did I just hear? I do not remember sleeping in my anatomy class in university. And I was startled from that comment. What? At that moment, I saw my mom right in front of my face and all the amazing females that have made it big in the sports field. Have you not heard about Serena Williams and Ronda Rousey and their achievements in sports? Have you not heard about Bella Jane King and how she changed the status quo of women in sports? Have you not heard about Ibtihaj Muhammad and her amazing achievements in the Olympics and how she also not only represent her country but represent her faith openly, and the amazing Yusra Mardini who swam the sea for those whose homes were torn away. All of these amazing women had different weirdly connected nervous system to their muscles. That moment, I realized how different we are, how the world is different. And that's amazing, that's beautiful. But that scares some individuals. And for them to understand and make sense of the world, they start putting and classifying and making boxes of others so they can make sense of this complexity. And we call those boxes stereotypes. And for the most part, they're inaccurate. Each and every one of you have had some label put to them in their lives. Religion, race, gender, different faces of the same coin. At one point, we pay homage to them, we identify with them, and we respect them as we practice them in our daily lives. On a different hand, people will take those and take advantage of them to put us in boxes so they can make sense of who we are. And if we choose to jump out of those boxes, we're ridiculed and we're mocked. For me, I was put in boxes that had definition according to my gender, according to my religion, according to my race, and I do not belong to any of those definitions, to those boxes. You see, as long as you're doing something that represents you and true to your identity, people will question. And if they can understand it, you'll be ridiculed and mocked. I remember listening to an amazing interview by Raha Muharrak, the first Arab female, the first Muslim female to climb Mount Everest. And the interviewer asked her, how do you feel about being the first to climb Mount Everest? And she said, I am proud to be the first, but as long as I inspire someone to be the next, I am happy. And for you to be the next, they will tell you that all of those amazing females have made it big because of their willpower. That's something you should have. But I believe in the magic of why power. Why do you want to do something a certain way, not the other way? Why have you chosen this path, not a different path? Why you want to do something, not the other thing? Why? Ask yourself. The minute you are clear on your why, nothing will stop you. It will also drive the hideous judgment of the other people when they start questioning your motives and they will question their beliefs, and that will drive the hideous judgment out of their ignorance when they see you that you are clear on your message and you're going and you are true to who you are. So, you want to be the next beatboxer? Why? You want to be the next PhD astrophysicist. Ask yourself why. And once you're clear on your why, that's when nothing can stop you. And that's when all the naysayers and their comments will be just noise in the background. And that's when the universe in no time will be on your side, backing your message up, and you're flying. It's a beautiful journey. Once you're clear and you're accountable of your message, it's a beautiful journey. Enjoy it. Be curious. Keep moving forward. And along the way, learn and educate and help people out to find their journey. A lot of amazing things haven't been figured out yet because people do not have the right awareness about embarking onto their expeditions. For me, I will keep doing my best to uplift the status of physical education, spread the message of health, healthy habits, and fitness and unity because I know why. At the end of the day, beyond all hate, all politics, all labels, the field fits for everyone. Thank you.